Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of the Astro and Tarot predictions for the month of July. We're so excited to be here with all of you. I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter, and I'm here with my beautiful, amazing, extraordinary sister, Sophie. How are you, Sophie?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I think there is some really interesting energy throughout the month of July, so I can't wait to share that with all of you. And of course, we'll be going through the astrology and the tarot for first of all the general energies, and then we'll step into the 12 zodiac signs, and we'll do an astrology reading and a tarot reading for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So stay tuned for the second part as well. And if you're watching this on replay, we'll have the timestamps ready for you just to make sure you don't miss a thing. So thank you guys for sharing this moment with all of us, if you're watching live or on replay. And very exciting to step into summer for real in the Northern Hemisphere. So yeah, very excited. So I put like my Zen garden in the back so you can see there's a lot of greenery going on in my background. So of course, we'll be going through, first of all, Cancer season, as we're already in Cancer season while we're filming this video. And then towards the end of July, we'll be stepping into Leo season, which is going to be a lot more fiery. So first of all, a very happy birthday solar return to all of the Cancer out there and the Leo out there who are having their birthday in the month of July. So our mother is a Cancer, so we will be celebrating a very big birthday with her at the beginning of July. And what's also very interesting about this month is that since the end of June, so we're still in the orb of influence while we're filming this video, we just had a full moon in Capricorn on the 21st of June. And then we're going to have a new moon in Cancer, and then another full moon in Capricorn. So 3 lunations in the Cancer Capricorn axis. So there's going to be lots of emphasis on that axis. So please look into your birth chart to see what pair of houses it is activating, and we'll be going through all of that. So don't worry, we're going to be talking about that. But just to say that there is a big emphasis on this personal life versus public life balance that we all need to find, and to find some more structure in our lives. So we're going to be talking a lot about Capricorn themes, a lot about Cancer themes as well. So I think it's going to be a very interesting show. Your feelings, Sophie, before, just intuitively speaking, before we dive into the content for the show, the month of July, how do you feel intuitively it's going to unfold?
With what you just said with the full moons in Capricorn, I think it's really important that we are also looking into not just our value in terms of productivity. So it's going to hit hard on some people this season, because if we have 2 full moons in a sign that doesn't like to relax, that doesn't like to step out of work and productivity, it is something that we are going to be triggered, I think, into. We'll see with the cards and the astrology for sure. Depending on where you are in the world, it could be winter, where it's normally time to rest more. Or it could be summer, where you want to celebrate and have vacation. So that's really a kind of a, I don't want to say weird timing, but interesting timing with those full moons in Capricorn to review what you really want to do with your energy versus your productivity.
And it's interesting you're saying also, because it reminds me that for most people, it is vacation time in the middle of July. So most people usually take either a week or 2 or more of vacation with with themselves or their families. So that is very much a theme throughout Cancer season. But also it allows us to step out of the grind, to really rethink our goals for the career, for our public life. So I'm talking about most people, because we're not really taking a break, but for most people usually. So yeah, you're totally right about that Capricorn energy. And while we just had the first full moon in Capricorn on the past weekend, I was like just thinking about working throughout the weekend. So that's the energy of Capricorn. That really makes sense. And thank you, Tim, so much for your generous donation. Really appreciate your support as usual. And hi to Christine Campagna. Really happy to be sharing this moment with you. And before we dive in all the energies for the month of July, let me just remind you that we are having this beautiful channel here on YouTube, and also we have our new Rumble channel. So I don't know if we have still an issue with Rumble, but it's out there. So please do subscribe to either the YouTube channel of Maison Jupiter and the Rumble channel. It really helps us into growing this channel and creating some new original content for you guys. Really appreciate your support. And also, of course, the likes are very, very much appreciated for us. It really helps the algorithms of YouTube and Rumble. So thank you guys for your support. And also you can share this video with a friend if you did enjoy it. So thank you guys in advance. So first, let me share with you the important dates for July. So first of all, July 2nd, we'll have Neptune turn retrograde. So I think it's going to affect mostly people that are, let's say, Pisces ruled. So Pisces rising, you might see like a shift in the energy. And then on July 5th, we'll have this beautiful new moon in Cancer. So I put a star there. This is going to be a beautiful new moon sandwiched between two full moon and Capricorns. So really giving this Cancer new moon like a very special portal of energy, protective energy as well. And then on July 9, we'll have a beautiful aspect between Jupiter and the nodes. So very lucky. So I put a star there as well. So you can definitely mark those 2 dates as being the lucky dates of July. And then warning, but it's not a big warning. It's just to keep you guys informed about what's going on. But Mercury retrograde, it's not yet. It's going to happen within the month of August. But starting on July 17, we're going to experience the pre-shadow. So you might already see like a few dysfunctions within the mercurial realm of things. So communication, electronics, all of that. So you might start to see what wants to pop out in your life starting on July 17, and the real retrograde is going to start on August 5th. So we're going to be talking about that in the next monthly prediction. And then on July 20th, Mars will enter Gemini. July 21st, we'll have a beautiful full moon in Capricorn, 29-degree, beautiful, but also very intense. So I didn't put a star there, but you'll see when we go in the predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. What does it mean for your sign exactly? And then July 22nd, it is the start of Leo season. So happy birthday, happy solar return to all the beautiful Leos out there. July 25th, Mercury will enter Virgo. So it will start to be a really good period for, let's say, communication, business, education, to thinking about things. Well, of course, before Mercury actually goes retrograde. And then July 26th, Chiron will go retrograde. So these are, in my opinion, the most important dates out there. And then let's talk about, I want to talk about 2 things before we dive into let's say, each of the zodiac signs predictions. First one being the new moon in Cancer. So let's talk about that. And then Sophie, I will ask you to pull some cards right after that for this beautiful new moon in Cancer. So this is going to happen on July 5th at the beginning of the month of July, 14 degrees of Cancer. So you can look at where 14 degrees of Cancer falls in your own birth chart. You're going to have the very, let's say, specific house that's going to be activated. So we're going to be talking about the 12 signs just after that. But if you want a more precise prediction, really locate the 14th degree of Cancer. Beautiful new moon in the home of the moon. So yes, the moon loves to be in the sign of Cancer. So it is a very positively flowing energy, and it is happening at a Taurus degree, and Taurus also and the moon are very compatible in nature. So lots of, let's say, watery energy. We're going to feel very much in the flow. The themes of family are going to probably be popping up big time for each and every one of us. Personal life for sure. And what I found very interesting, I found out today while I was doing my astrology research that this new moon is falling exactly on the star Sirius. So for our star seeds out there that feel that you have, let's say, a resonance with the star Sirius, it's going to be a very strong starseed activation as well. So Sirius is the star associated with spirituality, so we could have powerful spiritual upgrades. And also it is the star that aligns with leadership qualities as well. So those two themes might be also coming up, especially for people who have, let's say, Syrian descent. It is a really good new moon to center ourselves, to be finding emotional grounding and stability. So Cancer really wants to feel safe, emotionally safe. And so does Taurus with that Taurus degree. We will be definitely enjoying the richness of our personal lives. So this focus of our personal lives will become very much in focus. Being grateful for the love we have surrounding us is going to be very important. Also, it is a new moon, so new beginnings regarding personal life, your living situation, your home, your family life might happen during that new moon, and we'll see it in what house it falls exactly. And it is going to be a really good time to connect even more with our family roots, with our ancestors, with our family history, with our DNA, and also including the galactic DNA. So it's a really good time to look into that even more with that new moon in Cancer. So there's a positive aspect to Mars. It's also a good time to have inspired action to find more emotional fulfillment. So any kind of action that allows you to feel more emotionally safe, more stability, happiness is going to be inspired. And then we have this new moon T-square, the nodes. So there's a lot of important events that might be coming up around this new moon in Cancer. I don't think necessarily negative because I use the word T-square, so don't freak out. But definitely this kind of destined, fated energy will be activated because the nodes are going to be activated with that new moon. So destined new beginnings might occur, and that's really cool. And also there's a positive aspect to Saturn. Yay. So this new moon promotes long-term plans as well that will bring more emotional fulfillment. So we like that. Mm-hmm. And also there's a wide conjunction to Venus, but I'm taking it into consideration because who doesn't love Venus, right? So it will support love, enjoying our life, and also being grateful for what we have to bring even more positive into our lives. Well, that being said, Sophie, can we pull some cards for the general energies of this new moon?
Yeah, absolutely. It says planning. So I think it's really a new moon that is something you don't want to miss out. And the card of planning, it's very Virgo, of course, but this is the energy of being conscious of this chance that is coming up and how you want to use it, because we can always look at the astrology as something that is coming from outside, but most of it comes when you align your action with dates that have a certain power. And this is a powerful one, like you said, to bring fated event, new beginnings, long terms. So if there is anything that you really want to do that is linked with those things that Julie talked about, go back if you need to rewatch the list. This is the time to plan. So the energy around this new moon is the energy of take the advantage. It's not a new moon that will just come into your life and give you everything 100%. It's an energy of, yes, you will receive some, but it's an energy of you can get even more if you are aligned with this. And her body is telling me to create with this energy.
Yeah, I didn't plan this, but it makes sense with what you're saying.
And this is the mother figure. This is the Cancer and the moon, the mother figure, the creation. So if you have something that you want to birth, this is the new moon for you. Project, baby, anything that you want to give life to, this is the new moon for you. And I'm going to take one final card for this. We have protection. So very interesting with this new moon. I don't see bad stuff happening, but if there is, it's really to protect you. It's that nurturing energy that really wants the best for you in this new moon, this new beginning.
That makes so much sense also because Cancer is all about protection. And since it's activating the node, it's like the universe wants to protect you, whatever, let's say, path is best for you for your future. So the universe knows.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. Thank you so much, Sophie. And okay, so that's going to be a really beautiful new moon. Very excited for it. And then let's step into another beautiful lunation. So I think you guys are going to be excited about this one as well, because it's going to bring rewards. So I had a lot to say in this slide. I tried to fit everything. As you can see, it is such an important full moon. It's going to happen on July 21st. And if you guys haven't seen the video that I did for the previous Capricorn full moon, go and watch this because it has a link to this one. So you're going to really understand the progression that we're all doing on an evolution standpoint in this video. But I'm going to try to sum it up as best as I can here. So this Capricorn full moon is happening at 29 degrees, so the very last degree of Capricorn. And this degree is so important because we're going to have one last Pluto retrograde in the sign of Capricorn at the end of this year. So from September to November of 2024. So it's going to be the last time in our lives that we're going to see Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. And Pluto in Capricorn will retrograde at exactly 29 degree Capricorn. So this degree marks very important endings, but also this kind of rebirth energy because Pluto is going to be conjunct this full moon. And more so, I'm not sure if this is the word I wanted to use, but it's going to be even more important because it is the second full moon in Capricorn in a row. So that's very unusual. So it marks like the universe really wants us to focus on the Capricornian archetype. And it's going to bring like double the rewards, double the conclusions that we are looking for, or maybe not, but it's going to happen nonetheless. So I call this one the full moon of liberations because it's going to conjunct, as I said, Pluto out of sign, but still very close, that just entered Aquarius. And also the full moon of big transformation because it is also linked to Pluto. Second full moon in a row, we said that. And it's happening also on USA's natal Pluto. So I'm going to talk mostly about the personal stuff that might happen in our lives, but also just keep in mind that there could be some economic changes happening at the time of this full moon. Also, a lot of market volatility because the moon is linked to this emotional value. And usually when there's a lot of, let's say, lunar influences in finances, it means there's a lot of up and downs, and it's not necessarily really good for the markets. So just keep that in mind. There could be a lot of shakeups, financially speaking, but also politically speaking, because the two are very much linked. And USA's natal Pluto is in their second house of currency. So we might see a lot of up and downs within the markets and with the value of the US dollar. So, yes, and then let's talk about more of the personal side of things. So the transformation of the house where Capricorn falls in your own birth chart is almost complete at the moment of this full moon. And it's going to be really, really complete at the end of 2024. But this full moon really highlights this theme of completion wherever Capricorn falls in your chart. So we've had Pluto transit this area of your chart for many, many, many years. And then it's almost leaving, and this full moon highlights this completion, this ending. So also we probably going to see the completion of something we worked for, or a goal that we've set at the previous Capricorn full moon on June 21st. So go and watch the other video if you're interested in knowing more about that. So definitely this full moon shows up some results, some completions. It highlights our relationship to divine masculine, also becoming our own authority in life, taking our own responsibilities, becoming stable, having ambition for the sake of ourselves, but also of the ones we're protecting, which deals a lot with that Cancer Capricorn axis. And because it's so close to Pluto, it really also deals with our individuation process. So we might start or continue to not identify so much with society and really stepping into our own authority figure, our own stability, our own structure. So stepping outside of the matrix and really creating our own bubble of security. So a lot of individual freedom is going to be highlighted. Also, I'm not sure where, I think it's in Spider-Man, I'm not sure, but someone said in that movie, I believe, freedom comes with responsibilities. So I'm thinking about that very much when I look at this full moon, because it's cool to be like, yay, let's step outside the matrix. But yes, creating your own sense of stability holds a lot more responsibilities than, let's say, being taken care of, like with the government and other structures. So yes, so conjunct Pluto, we said that, death and rebirth, finding some more freedom. Okay, so if you remember the last full moon in Capricorn, we had a tough T-square to Neptune. So there was a lot of fog and confusion happening. This time, the fog is lifting because we have a really good aspect exactly sextiling Neptune at 29 degrees. So we might have a lot of insights. 29 degrees, the degree of prophecy. Seeing the clearer picture of what we're building, having a lot of inspiration. So really good full moon to see ahead of time. And Capricorn also deals with long-term planning. Also a good aspect to Uranus, so change is supported. There will be a liberation in a particular situation. Also sextiling to Mars, so calling for well-planned action, but action is well supported there. The only thing that's kind of tricky, but it's not only due to that full moon, we are stepping into the last Saturn square Jupiter of the cycle. So there will be this contraction expansion type of dance. So we will definitely have to find more balance within tradition versus change, but that's going to be more of a long-term trend starting on this full moon. And then full moon will trine Mars in Gemini. So we will definitely see that change will happen a lot more, let's say, faster in the next weeks, days, months. We'll see a lot of movement triggered by this full moon. Sophie, how do you feel? And then can we pull some cards for the full moon?
I'm not sure how I feel about this one. It's really all over the place. I'm excited to see what is going to happen in the world event with this.
Definitely. Mixed bag of emotions. I like that.
Yeah. Let's see. You have stillness. So, and a full moon is on top of that building. So I really feel that in this, it's also a test for you to remain calm and to keep your vision in mind. Because yes, there could be completion, but you need to be humble and to be in this place of stillness that we see with this card right there with this full moon. So it is an interesting energy that we're seeing. It may be a lot of resistance to change this stillness also. So we have to keep in mind that there will be a progression that will be maybe the beginning of something bigger that will progress over time. But for sure, there will be some kind of like you said, Julie, the tradition versus the change, we're going to see a resistance there. And we're going to have to, since we had the full moon over it, I think we're going to have to say to this resistance, you have to accept it. It's already there.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm excited, but I think it definitely calls for positive change, and maybe change that we've been waiting a long time for.
I think so. I think it's just we need to trust the process, and we need to basically, like I said, to remain calm and to keep your vision. Everything is change in life. Everything is change. So remind yourself of what change that is ruled by Capricorn that you hope to see in your life and in the world, and keep that image in your mind.
Yeah, that's a really good advice. So we're going to be talking now about the 12 zodiac sign, more precise predictions, but of course, these are general predictions. So if you'd like to get your own personal reading, live personal reading with Sophie, you can do so right now on the website on maisonjupiter.com. So you're going to be able to do your online booking, choose your date and time of your choice there. And don't forget to enter Jupiter as your coupon code for a 10% off your next reading. So here we have two choices for you. Sophie, can you explain a little bit about the difference of the two appointments you are offering on the website?
Yes, so the tarot reading, you get the tarot predictions for the future. Basically, you can go with or without questions. You can also get closure on the past with the tarot, understanding other people in your life and their point of view, that's kind of things. We also have the 1 hour past life reading, where I go in your past life without you having to be under hypnosis. And I just basically look into what is the root of something that you wish to understand or bring back as maybe skills or knowledge or gift that you had in past lives. And we are hoping with this to basically get this understanding and being able to move on from things that is still bothering you, but you don't find where it starts.
Awesome. Thank you. And I want to say I had my personal tarot reading yesterday. That was amazing. Sophie, you are so talented. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to be guiding me so well throughout all of what life has to offer. So thank you so much. And I do note every time I have an appointment with my sister, because everything that she says do come true. So she is very, very talented. I highly recommend getting your appointment with Sophie. So thank you, Sophie, for your beautiful work you're doing for me and for the rest of humanity, serving in the best way you can. And I also want to, as a last announcement here, we are started today our 7-day smoothie challenge. This is on the community, so on the Maison Jupiter Community. Absolutely free to join. We're having a really good time with all the beautiful like-minded souls who join the community. So we are starting today our 7-day smoothie challenge. So you just have to post a picture of your juice or smoothie that you're doing. So we're inspiring each other to get more healthy. And also you have the chance to win a holistic wellness session with the beautiful Solreta to step into the healthier version of yourself. So also we are offering a 25% off. So this is a really big discount. So really take advantage of that promotion if you are looking for someone to guide you through a healthier lifestyle or finding more balance within your mind, body, soul, spirit. So we are doing a really deep discount, which is 25% off with the code GLOWUP until July 7th to get your own personal reading with Solreta. And lastly, if you need some more inspiration to add some more sunshine into your life, some more nutrients and vitamins, Solreta's Soul Bowls and Smoothie ebook is now available on the Maison Jupiter website. And we are offering a 10% off discount with the code GLOWUP until July 7th. So GLOWUP is the code for the ebook and also for the holistic wellness session with Soul. And both are running until July 7th. So really take advantage of that. So we are trying to step into a healthier version of ourselves and to support each other throughout this process. And that's kind of what the universe is asking of us right now as we step into this Cancer season. All right, let me change my deck since we will talk about the 12 zodiac signs in more detail. So I'll share my chart with you guys. Here we go. And we will be starting, of course, with our Aries friends. So for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. And as usual, you can look for your sun sign and your rising sign. These two will be the most, let's say, important influences for the predictions. And then in third, let's say, priority, you can also look at your moon sign. It will be more introspective predictions. All right, so let's start with Aries, July 5th, new moon in Cancer. That's happening here in your 4th house. So for Aries, there's this new situation involving either place of living, your home, your family, your personal life that is happening. So a new situation or a new opportunity that's happening there for you. The focus will be very much on your inner world, in your personal life, in your family, your origins, which is also Cancer in the 4th house, and your history. So you might start to dive deeper into one of those themes. It is the right time to be infusing your home with some more love, some more beauty, with that Venus close to this new moon. And it's going to be activating the nodes, and the North Node is in your sign for the rest of the year. So there might be decisions coming up regarding relationships because the axis is falling in your 1st and 7th house, which highlights your relationship sector. So there could be some decision you need to take regarding relationships, regarding your place of living, your living situation. You're going to be looking for more emotional security throughout those decisions and those, let's say, thinking that you'll have to do. And lastly, the new moon will make a good aspect to your planet Mars right here. So you'll have lots of motivation to pursue new project or a new project that will bring you some more emotional fulfillment. So this is what I have for the new moon. And then let's talk about the full moon in Capricorn that's happening in your 10th house. So just picture the full moon being really close to that Pluto right here in your 10th house. So for Aries, it's calling for either a work situation that's ending, or a form of completion and or rewards with your public life, your career, your project, your life mission. You're going to feel this sense of liberation in your public life and your career. So definitely something is ending and or bringing in the rewards, and you're going to feel like a lot lighter after this full moon. There is definitely some liberation of karma in relationship to authority figures, to power happening for you, Aries. It's a really good time to make plans, to be dreaming big, because that Pluto just entered your 11th house of long-term planning, of big goals, big dreams. And because it's making this really good aspect to Neptune that's really close to your ascendant here, it's time for you to become someone new. So, or to put a new facet of yourself on the front stage. So it might also call for you to make different type of plans for your future because you're becoming someone totally new. So for Aries, Sophie, can we pull some cards for the month of July?
Yes, let's see. And have we said to also look for your rising sign in the 12 signs?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
A good reminder.
So we have adventure and we have love. So I feel like Aries, you're going to want to make sure that you still get this renewal in in electricity, in energy, in love, but not only in your love life, but like Julie said, in your career and everything that you do. You're going to want that spark of renewal of, yes, I love what I do, or I love who I'm spending time with. That can be in all aspects of your life. Of course, not just in those two that we mentioned, but those two will be definitely more triggered. And I'm going to take one more. We have Four of Pentacles. Interesting. This is a card of the block energies. We have this card of a kind of a boring almost energy. So you're set in your ways, and there is some kind of energy that needs movement. And you will have to get into effort. You will have to put energy and time and effort into bringing that renewal into your life in all aspects. This is not, in my own opinion, and of course everybody will have different things going on in their personal lives, but I don't feel this is external that much. I feel like you are going to have to do some steps yourself to really get this to the next steps. Otherwise, things may fail. They may leave. They may just stay behind. But really important that you also, just final touch. Yes, we have travel right there with the suitcase and those cards. We have travel for you that can renew your own energy to bring that into every area of your life. And because we have the suitcase in love, it also means that you have some personal things to remove and unlearn, because maybe you have been hurt in the past in your love life, and you do need to release those things. You're coming with too much baggage into your relationship currently.
You know, I call this full moon, well, the last full moon, the full moon of liberation. So that does make a lot of sense. So we're letting stuff behind and we're feeling lighter after this full moon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sophie. So, of course, these are our general predictions. So if you'd like to book a one-on-one consultation, don't forget your coupon code to book with Sophie. It is Jupiter to get 10% off. And that being said, let's now move to our second sign, Taurus. And I'm going to put my chart on the screen right here. So Taurus sun rising or Taurus moon. So first of all, let's talk about the new moon in Cancer that's going to be activating your third house on July 5th. So for Taurus, it's going to really be good to be making plans, because your third house is all about this intellectual process, making plans surrounding the themes of place of living situation, home, family. So it's a really good time to be making those plans, because you're going to be looking to feel happy, emotionally fulfilled. You might also get some more important conversation with family members. There is also a possible move. So you could be moving, or there could be people close to you that are going to be moving. The third house deals with a lot of movement, usually, physically speaking. Also, it's a good energy to be moving things around in your own home to find more harmony, because Venus is also there. So you can be infusing your home with more, let's say, more chi, more movement, more flow, just by the way you move your furniture around. So really good feng shui energy there with Venus. And also you could be learning something new that would allow you to expand your knowledge, third house, and feel even more happy with that Cancer new moon. And then we're going to talk about the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st. That's activating your 9th house, very close to that Pluto right here that just entered your 10th house. So for Tauruses, I can see for a lot of you the end of a legal situation, or the end of a situation that's involving foreigners, international matters. So something along those lines, or a teaching project also could be ending. Something along those lines could be ending. 9th house is a really good house to be getting some, let's say, guidance from our higher selves, from our guides. So you could be getting an illumination on what kind of spiritual path to take next. You will be also getting clarity and guidance on the changes you need to make in your career, in your public image, in your life mission, because Pluto just entered your 10th house there. So Pluto calls for regeneration of those themes for you, Taurus. And then you're going to be aligning even more with your community, your soul tribe, the people you feel that are like-minded, because this new moon is making a really good aspect to that Neptune in your 11th house. So you're going to get the support of that tribe, of those friends, for this new direction that you're going to undertake. So Sophie, can we pull some cards for the Tauruses for the month of July?
Yes.
Let us know if you are, if you have Taurus somewhere in your chart, if you do resonate with the themes we're talking about. And in the comments below, we do love to read your comments.
I had to take those 3 because this is just so powerful for you Tauruses this month. We have those 3 beautiful cards. So let me show them to you. We have stability to start. And we have the tree, which for me, this is the sign of Taurus 100%. So the stability right there. We have a miracle.
Wow.
And we have magic. So I really feel that you are going to feel like you're in a great place, more grounded, to really tap into your gifts or some more knowledge, or things are just going to flow naturally more in your life with the manifestation. Your vibration is going to be so much better. That could also be talking about, you mentioned moving. That could be growing your roots somewhere else. That could be that you are starting at a new place. And because of this, all of those beautiful things are coming true. And those beautiful things are aligned with you. When you don't resonate with the location you are living in, this has a lot of impact on you. That could be just you having a road trip to some place that you feel great about, that you bring that magic home. That could be you moving to another place, or somebody you know is moving. But for sure, this is a great month for you to really, really try to find that stability from within, so you are able to manifest whatever you want to manifest in your life, because this miracle and magic, you don't want to miss out on them. The last thing is, it's funny because my guides always show me something the day before, and we have this. Julie, do you know what it is?
No, I don't see well.
It's a lotus.
Ah, so cool. Like the one I had in my backyard.
Exactly. So the lotus is a flower that grows from mud, and through hardship, we grow into beautiful flowers. You have to believe that if you are really grounded, beautiful things are going to come into your life in July.
Wow, I love that for you Tauruses. And Sophie, with your Taurus mood, do you also want to take on that energy? Do you feel like you resonate with the predictions?
Of course. I will plan a road trip just because of this, of course.
Awesome. I love that. So let us know if you have a Taurus energy, if you do resonate with that. And then we're going to talk about our next sign, Gemini. So these will be the predictions for Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. First of all, Gemini, let's talk about the new moon in Cancer on July 5th. That's going to activate your second house. So right here, second house of finances, of values. So for a lot of Gemini, I feel like it's going to manifest through a new revenue stream, a new project that could bring some more, let's say, financial abundance. Also, that could manifest as a new investment, a new important purchase that you're making, either in the themes of home, family, properties, real estate, something along those lines, because we also have Venus there, which talks about this investment. Also, that could be more of an investing in yourself, in your body, because the second house is also about what do you value. Cancer is your home, your body. So you could be decided to invest in your health, in your home that is your body. And then Saturn, which is the rule, not the ruler, but the ruler of both full moon that we had before and after this new moon, is in your 10th house and is kind of telling us that you may have a lot of responsibilities right now in the outside world, in your career. But this new moon that is in good aspect to that Saturn supports that Saturn and will help you generate more, let's say, cash flow and some more project that could support the structure that you're building in your life. So I see this new moon as being really powerful for Geminis. And then let's talk about the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st. That's activating your 8th house. So you're going to be really happy about this one, Geminis, because I feel like it's going to manifest as the end of a tough phase that is approaching, because Pluto will also be leaving for good at the end of 2024. Your 8th house of transformation, crisis, healing. So not that healing is a bad thing, but but it can be quite intense, especially when Pluto is transiting there. So you're going to see the fruits of your hard labor when it comes to internal work, and this full moon will highlight that. So you might start to see with this full moon a lot of rewards of the work that you've done on yourself. And with that, let's say, emotional rewards, there could also be some possible financial rewards as well, because the 8th house is also about receiving, and Pluto's a financial planet. So there could be some financial rewards, karmic retributions coming your way. There could be also a liberation from a debt, because Pluto rules that. So that's all very positive for Geminis. And there could also be an emotional liberation from something that's been waiting on you. So let's say a hard transformational process, a tough challenge. So I see this full moon as a big liberation, especially for Geminis, because the 8th house can be quite intense. So there could be some big positive shifts triggered by this full moon, and especially because it's doing a trine to your Uranus that's almost on your ascendant. So I see this as being like a lot of weight being lifted from your shoulders, Geminis. Sophie, can we look at the cards for Gemini for the month of July?
Yes. Well, you said it. We have life force, energy, and peace. Your 8th house being freed. I feel that this month of July is going to bring you a kind of a big relief in your energy, in your vitality also. So it's like you suddenly stop to have this current that goes against you, and you are able to just go freely the same way as others in life. It brings a lot of peace, because you're not feeling like you need to survive. You're not feeling like you need to fight for your life. Let's take tarot card as well. We have the Empress and we have the card of the Death. So for sure, we are looking for a big ending of a cycle. And previously, where your ideas, where everything that you were trying to create maybe had more trouble, underneath the deck we have this, more trouble to see the light. It served, because it was a lot of releasing of karmic, a lot of releasing of limiting patterns. It forced you to look at other solutions. But we are done with this. Like I said, it's going to feel like you're going now not against the current. You're going to really feel like it's just easier and the flow is there. So this month overall, I just want to say you're going to need a little time to adjust to this new phase. You're going to feel like, is that a trick? Is that really my new reality? You're going to have this month of July to see how you adjust to it. But overall, you're going to have a new chapter of your life in July.
Wow. So I'm sure a lot of Geminis are going to be very excited about those predictions. Thank you, Sophie. And Patricia is saying, thank you, Julie and Sophie. My daughter and granddaughter are looking at moving in July, and I'm a Taurus. So that makes a lot of sense. So there could be a lot of people around you moving. And she says her daughter is an Aries, so looking forward to see what happens. Thank you, Patricia. Yes. Well, I feel like generally speaking, it's going to be a beautiful month for Aries and Taurus. and Gemini. So now let's look at our next sign, Cancer, which is going to be very much under the spotlight for this month because it's going to be, well, it is your birthday season as we're filming this video. So first of all, very happy birthday, happy solar return to all of the beautiful Cancer suns out there. And since Cancer season began at the end of June, the spotlight is very much on yourselves, Cancers. So first, we had a full moon in your opposing sign in your 7th house in Capricorn. Then on July 5th, let's take a look at this beautiful new moon in your own sign. So that's falling in your 1st house. Every time we have especially a new moon in our 1st house, so it means it's really close to our birthday season, it's a really powerful portal to manifest whatever you'd like to happen in your life. And this one is located between 2 full moons in your opposing sign of Capricorn. So it will really highlight your relationship axis as well. So what do you want in your life? And then that's going to probably change around a lot of the relationship dynamic with other people. So that can also bring some ending and completion in your partnerships. But this time around this new moon in Cancer, it's time to focus on you, Cancers. So what do you want to manifest for yourself? Because usually Cancer, you're really concerned about the well-being of everybody around you, your family, your loved ones. But now it's really time to do like a deep thinking process about what do you want to manifest for yourself. Also, I can see a lot of Cancers kind of manifesting a new identity, a new you, a new facet of yourselves. So kind of reborn anew, going outside your shell, because this new moon is going to square the nodes. And the nodes are also in a very pivotal place in your birth chart, highlighting your 4th and 10th house. So there could also be really important events happening near your birthday and this new moon. That's going to, let's say, ask you to be more out there, to shine your light even more, to be more public, to be not shy anymore, not hiding your light, because the North Node is in your 10th house. So the universe is pushing you to become more public, more out there, shining more publicly. So this new moon will start an important personal cycle for Cancers, and something that is that you are holding really close to your heart. It's a really good time to manifest it because it might just happen for Cancers. So now let's take a look at the next lunation on July 21st. We'll have the last full moon in Capricorn in your 7th house, so in your partnership house. So also a very important lunation for Cancers, completing a 1-month process of culmination in your partnership sector. So if you remember what was happening at the end of June near the Capricorn full moon, this one is kind of a reward completion answer to that other full moon. So a cycle comes to a close, allowing space for transformation and liberation, because it's also being really close to that Pluto that just entered Aquarius. So I can see a lot of healing of past wounds, especially connected to love, partnership in your past, making space for fresh new energy, fresh new people aligning in your life, for change, for positivity. And then I can also see for some a collaboration project that is complete and highlights your professional path. So there might be also newness that comes, let's say, in terms of collaboration, partnership for you Cancers. So really be attuned to that, because the old is going to leave, and then it's going to make space for a lot of beautiful new collaborations and partnerships and friendships. Sophie, can we look at the cards for Cancers for the month of July?
So since it's your birthday, let's take more cards. So we have protection. So always good to see that you are going to be protected during this month. I really feel that it's your ancestors, because we are in this very big energy of who came before you, who gave you life, and just the one after the other. We have the card of power. Really, really, this is your birthday. This is stepping in your power. And it's very interesting that we see this, because you will need to feel in your power to manifest, like Julie said. You will need to tune into your own life force and to believe in it to be able to manifest the best in it. But since it's your birthday, you absolutely are in your power. Last month, normally a month before your birthday, you feel really tired, or you purge, or whatever is the case, you are recharging. So you have recharged. Now it's the month to really step into your power. And it says transcending, with this big moon behind. Well, it's a bubble, but I will take that as a full moon also. And we have this freedom with those dolphins. We have everything right there that is just saying we are moving to a new phase that is coming directly from her mind. Let's take tarot card as well with this month, the July for Cancers. It's exactly what we saw in the oracle, but it's just in the other deck. So we have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. We have the King of Swords, which is you need to absolutely be in your power to know what you are manifesting at all time. Because if you don't master your mind and your thoughts, you're not going to manifest the best. And we have the Page of Cup. I do see all of this as, yes, there is love, and there is this possibility for more love coming into your life in either form. That's not a problem. But you need to start with stepping in your power and really controlling your demand that you're sending out to the universe, so you can bring that wish fulfillment in your life in July. This is what we see typically when it's your birthday. And clearly this is super powerful and really, really strong. So happy birthday, Cancers.
Oh, I love that. And happy birthday to Ele Christensen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. So from a Cancer on the 7/7 portal. So wow, super powerful. Let us know if you are a Cancer or a Leo. So we're going to wish you a very happy solar return. Awesome. Thank you, Sophie. That was a really powerful reading. I'm really feeling this energy of Cancer stepping outside their shells and shining their light. I really love that. Now let's talk about another sign that likes to shine, Leos. So first of all, a very happy birthday to all the Leo suns out there, if you're having a birthday during the month of July. And now let's talk about the first new moon that's going to be in Cancer, illuminating your 12th house, because it is right before your season, your solar season. So that's going to be on July 5th. So as Sophie said so well in the previous sign, usually if you are, let's say, a Leo sun, 1 month before your birthday season, it highlights your 12th house. So it means that you need to recharge, usually to rest, to be doing more spiritual practices, to regain your energies. Because when the sun steps into your own sign, it is kind of a new cycle that begins. So right at the moment of this new moon in Cancer in the 12th house, we are in this recharging phase right before your birthday season. So it is the time to get in touch with your subconscious emotions. Cancer is very emotional. And usually it holds a lot of emotions in the body. So it's time to really get in touch with those, identify those emotions, and let them go. And also there could be some hidden emotions that you come in contact with. It's also the really good time to be finding out more about your family history, Cancer, your DNA, your galactic heritage. So any kind of also hidden roots, links to your ancestors, to be doing some meditation to get in touch with your guides, your ancestors, your family, your lineage, your galactic lineage. this is the right new moon to be doing so, and especially also because it is conjuncting the star Sirius. So very, very powerful new moon for Leos, because you can get like really clear channeled messages from your guides around this new moon. So you might feel the need to rest, to recharge, to feel even more emotionally safe. So do the things that makes you feel safe, emotionally speaking, before your birthday season. So it is cocooning season for Leos. It's also the good time to take action, but behind the scenes. The 12th house is a hidden house because it also sextiles Mars, which is in your 10th house. So good time to take action, especially for career work projects, but wait a little bit to make it public because it highlights your 12th house of like hidden work. And then on July 21st, we'll have this full moon in Capricorn highlighting your 6th house, very close to that Pluto just entered a very important place in your chart right here. So I see like for a lot of Leos, it could be the end of a tough situation involving responsibilities, 6th house, stress, work, health. In ancient astrology, the 6th house is linked to kind of a scorpionic house as well, like let's say crises in some kind of way, really tough karmic experiences. So that could be the end of that for you, especially because this full moon is going to highlight this Pluto. So a liberation of some kind is happening. And especially it will allow liberation also in your relationship and partnership sector, because it will conjunct with that Pluto that just entered your 7th house of partnerships. It's also a really good time to have faith, especially in partnerships, because Pluto highlights the need to trust other people in order to merge with them emotionally, financially. So also you could be some merging assets, or you could be merging your energy with someone, and that could bring a lot of healing. Some also could be experiencing the end of a job because it happens in your 6th house, and it is the second full moon in a row in your 6th house of work. So a lot of Leos could be experiencing the end of a certain job, a certain work, or the end of a work project that leads to positive change in your career, because it's trining that Uranus in your 10th house right now. So lots of change for Leos, but also I think it is a good preparation to your birthday season. So Sophie, can we look at the cards for the Leos in the month of July?
Ooh. We have Vitality, which is a big Leo card with all of this bright light. And we have Boundaries. So you were talking about that Pluto in the 7th house. We do see it right there with the card of Boundaries. So let's see with the tarot cards as well, what it's the message. We have 5 of Pentacles. And we have Page of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. Okay, that's a lot of Pentacles for you guys. So in the month of July, you want to see tangible things. What you want to do is taking steps, tangible steps in your vitality, in your health, in your energy, in your routine, your day-to-day. You want to also see in your relationship that you are communicating with step-by-step tangible things. So if you have something that you have been waiting to say, now will be the time in July to do it. Basically, that's the energy of just the 12th house that Julie was talking about. Everything that is hidden now needs to resurface, because you're going to be aware of what is bothering you in your subconscious way more, because that is where your energy is for this month. And it needs to be said. It doesn't need to be confrontational. It doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be angry communication. It just needs to be said. So if you need more time, take all the time that you need, because that 12th house is slow moving, but you want to make sure that you are seeing what is affecting you, how is affecting you, what is linked to it, and just make sure that when it's your birthday, when it's time to have this brand new chapter in your life, everything has been just dealt with and we start fresh from a new energy field.
I love that. And I forgot to say also that right after this full moon in Capricorn on July 21st, so on July 22nd, Leo season starts. So after this full moon, it will be the time to shine. So take those 2 lunations before to really be liberating a lot, to be looking within, as you said, also with the cards. So that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that. And then we're going to be talking about our next sign, Virgo. Very excited about this one, as usual. So for Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, let's first talk about the new moon in Cancer on July 5th. That's going to activate your 11th house. So for Virgos, there could be new friendships coming with this new moon, or just a lot of, let's say, new friendship dynamic energy coming throughout your friendship sector. So it's a very social time for Virgos. Or there could also be a new project involving a community or a network for Virgos. So 11th house is the house of friends, of community, or of events, and also social media. This month also could bring some financial rewards for Virgo. The 11th house is the house of gains in astrology, and gains because of your network, because of your community, because of the people you know. And Venus is also there, being a financial planet. So there could be some financial rewards. And also because we have all of those, let's say, 3 last lunations that we have from the end of June until the end of July are falling in another financial axis, which is the 5th and 11th house. And we have the nodes in your financial axis. So I think a lot of, let's say, financial themes are going to come to the forefront of your consciousness, Virgos, from the end of June until the end of July, because all of the lunation will activate this financial axis. So something you are starting now near this new moon in Cancer could eventually be paying off because of all the 11th house themes that I talked about. So social media, network, community, people you know, events, big groups, events. Also, it's a really good time to be increasing your followers, your clients, your fans, if you do work with one of those themes. And yes, it will be a very social time. So it's a good time to plan stuff with the people you feel that you are on the same wavelength. Because of the 11th house, it will inspire you. It will activate you. It's good to be in contact with people whenever the 11th house is activated. So then on July 21st, we're going to have a full moon in Capricorn, and that's going to activate your 5th house. Very close to that Pluto, as you can see. So for a lot of Virgo, I see that it's the end of a creation process, or a creation could be coming to a culmination point. And that's going to bring some sort of liberation, healing, and also healing in your body, because we have Pluto that just entered your 6th house, which is also the Virgo house of health, of routine. So whatever is coming to a close, and that could also be dealing with romance, with love, is making a lot of space for physical healing as well. So we could see, Virgos, the results of projects and original ideas that you've creating being manifested in the 3D now. Because the 5th house is anything that you create, anything that's being birthed through you. So, or an original idea, it's very creative. And also on that note, I want to say that for some, a love interest, 5th house, could be stepping up to the next level because it's going to sextile exactly Neptune in your 7th house of commitment. So either a partnership, let's say work partnership, or a love relationship, we could be seeing that being taken to the next level. Also, going back on the theme of like a more, let's say, work-oriented theme, an original idea is being created in the tangible world and bring positive change to the career, public image, work, because it's making a really good aspect to that Uranus really close to your MC. So very excited about that, Virgos. Can we pull some cards, Sophie, for Virgos in the month of July.
Yes, let's look. We have this card of Vast Vista. So this is now we learned that it's the big picture card, and we have playfulness. So very, very interesting that we have this. It together, the energy means that you are going to really, really be able to see where you want to go next with a lot of light energy. So I'm loving this because it means that whatever was your project that you wanted to do, it's almost like you said, the problem are now lifted. We have this healing through the body. We have this help coming from above with the card of the star. The card of playfulness, it's coming with the card of 10 of Cups. It doesn't get better than this. So Virgos, during this month of July, you are going to be able to create way more with this card of Vast Vista, the big picture, because it means that you're going to be able to see things differently than just when you're like this, super close to a problem or to something that you're trying to create. It's hard to see all the angles you have to cover and to be original and to be creative. But with this kind of a distance and this help from your ancestors and universe, this playfulness, all will be aligned for you to just step into this direction that you really want to take. And whatever it is, a relationship, a partnership, a business, a project, even if you want to do redo your home, you want to redecorate, you want to do some repairs, anything that you want to do, it's like it's just coming naturally, easily, and it's just fun energy. So of course it involves you to work, but you're a Virgo. Virgo loves this. So you're going to feel like your job is fun. Your job is creative. And if you're looking at me and you're saying, well, my job is not fun, it's never going to be, you're maybe going to have a project outside that is bringing you that same energy, but it's going to feel like work, because Virgos, like I said, we love to.
Oh, I love that, Sophie. That's bringing so much optimism into my life right now. Thank you for that. Awesome. Let us know if you are resonating with that. If you're a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, we'd love to know. And then we're going to be moving to our next sign, the Libras. So for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, let's talk about the predictions for the month of July. So first of all, July 5th, we're going to have this new moon in Cancer, and that's going to activate your 10th house. So Libras, you are one of those signs that are going to be under the spotlight throughout the month of July, because the important lunations and the nodes are highlighting your angular houses. So that kind of means that usually destined themes, destined events will likely happen in your life throughout the month of July. So first of all, as I said, July 5th, new moon in Cancer in your 10th house. So for Libras, I can see that this important new moon is activating your house of public life, of career, of life mission. So those themes will be highlighted big time. A new cycle will begin there. And you will feel inspired to take care, protect others as part of your life mission. Also, so Cancer could be being a caretaker, could be protective energy, so extending this protective energy to other people. So you will feel like this life mission will be very much activated for you, Libras. And because it's activating so much your 10th house, it's going to be a time to shine for Libra. Your ruler, Venus, is also there, very close to this new moon. So very powerful time for Libras, especially as it comes with public image, to do something publicly, to show up in a different way, to become more visible, more public, gain more followers. So it's the time to shine for Libras, because your planet is going to be very close to this new moon. So you could be having a new work, a new career, a new role within your career or work. there's something new that is starting at the moment or around this new moon in Cancer. And also some Libras could be moving, could be changing their place of living because it's happening in Cancer and it's happening in this axis of 4th house, 10th house. And also some Libras could be seeing their family become bigger. And that could have, of course, an effect on your personal public life balance, which is all about the 4th and 10th house axis. And then let's talk about the full moon in Capricorn in your 4th house on July 21st. So that's going to be the second full moon in a row activating your 4th house of personal life, home, place of living, family. So a personal situation could be coming to an end. Some Libras could be changing their place of living, their living situation, 4th house. Also, there could be the end of a tough situation at home, or a tough situation in the personal life could be ending, because it's going to be very close to that Pluto, bringing a sense of liberation, of freedom to enjoy life, because Pluto just entered into your 5th house of connecting with your inner child, with the frequency of joy, vacations. So you're going to, a pressure will be lifted off your shoulders in order for you to be enjoying life even more. Maybe also liberating you from some family or home responsibilities. And then there's a really good aspect to that Neptune in your 6th house that gives you insight about the next steps in regards to work, in regards to career. What do you want to be? What do you want your routine to be looking like? So this is what I have for Libra. So if you can, we pull some cards for the month of July for Libras.
Yes, let's look. We have transcending and flow. So this month of July, you want to see things moving and changing. That means moving for some of you, for sure. We have 2 cards only, and on the 2 cards we have boats. So, I mean, there is going to be change. There is going to be movement, maybe even a cruise for some of you. So there is going to be this kind of change, but it says it's a flow. So that means that it's something you saw coming. It needed to be happening. If it's not the case for you, let's talk about anything else that brings you to a big change of energy in the home, a big change of vibration, someone moving out, someone moving in. We have this flow that is changing in the home. So you're going to see your energy, the main energy of your home is going to change totally. And let's take some tarot cards as well. So it's interesting that we are seeing this big flow with another card with a lot of water. We have the Fool showing up right there for you, the Page of Swords, and finally we have the 5 of Cups. I really want you to be comfortable in change this month, because there is going to be change, but it's going to feel natural. It's going to feel guided, and it's going to really come quick with this Page of Swords. So this is a change that I'm seeing happening for you that is almost like it's the natural flow, but I don't see it as you are starting this mainly. So in some cases, I see it more external, and some others, it's more you are creating this movement, and I'm seeing it coming from more external circumstances that forces you to change. But it's really, really positive as a change. Whenever we have those big, intense full moon like this one, it's always like almost like an eclipse where it's divinely guided. And in this, you have received messages and signs from the universe, the direction which you're supposed to go. So you are feeling supported, even though it's not you necessarily that has made the choice. Last thing, if it's you that has made the choice, that just means that you're really in tune with your intuition, and you don't need the universe to crank up the volume on change that you absolutely need to do. So congratulations on this. If you see flow of energy in the month of July and you didn't feel like it's coming from external, it means that you are absolutely in tune with your intuition.
Wow, I love that for Libras. And I think mostly for all the signs, we're going to get a lot of intuition hits around the full moon in Capricorn because it's going to sextile that Neptune at 29 degrees. So very interesting. Thank you, Sophie, for that beautiful reading. And then now let's step into our next sign, Scorpios. So we're going to be doing this reading for Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. So first, let's look at the new moon in Cancer on July 5th. That's going to activate your 9th house. So it is a really beautiful house to be activated in your natal chart, Scorpios. So it could manifest as new travel plans. There could also be a travel with family because it's in Scorpio, or some loved ones that you could be forecasting, or also you could be also traveling very near to this new moon. There could also be a vacation going on with a partner. It's sextiles. This new moon will sextile Mars in your relationship sector. So for a lot of Scorpios, it could mean going, let's say, traveling with a partner. And yes, Scorpios in June, July will likely have something new to learn because you've had 3 lunation in this axis of the 3rd house and the 9th house, which is the axis of information. So it is the axis where we learn new stuff. 3rd house, we become a student again. And then in the 9th house, we can share this knowledge. We can be more focused also. We can go on a higher knowledge journey, a higher learning journey. So I feel like a lot of Scorpios were tasked to learn a new skill set, to learn something new, because you will need this knowledge in order to move on your journey with the 9th house. And in the 9th house, you could be birthing something new that has to do with the new knowledge that you've learned or this new experience that you've had recently. Some Scorpios could also be teaching something, starting to teach something around this new moon, or you could be mentoring others, coaching other people. Or for a lot of Scorpios, there can also be a new international project or a new project that you're doing with some internationally based people. And it squares the nodes in your 6th and 12th house. So it would likely have to do with your sense of being in service to your life mission. So this is for the new moon in Cancer. And then on July 21st, we'll have the 2nd full moon in Capricorn in a row, which is going to activate again your 3rd house of learning, of communication. So first of all, because it's going to conjunct that Pluto very close to your IC, so a very foundational point in your chart, a lot of Scorpios could be moving around this time. For a lot of Scorpios, it could be the end of a big learning phase, a big experiment, or a big experience, should I say, that's coming to a close. And that could be integrated to your work moving forward. Also, some communication, some negotiation could be bringing some sense of liberation, because I feel like we're going to be all leaving something behind at the moment of this full moon. And it's going to bring that sense of healing and liberation with that Pluto. So you're not going to be carrying as much weight as before. And also an important communication could bring some positive change within agreements and partnerships, because this one is going to make a good aspect to your Uranus in your 7th house, which can deal with change within your agreements, partnership, commitments. So whatever happens there, you're going to feel a lot lighter, and that could impact you on a very personal level of Scorpios. Sophie, can we pull some cards for our Scorpios for the month of July?
Reflection, interesting. And purification that comes with this. I don't know how many cards have this full moon, but we definitely have this full moon on top of this card for you guys in the month of July. So let's use the tarot cards to complete that message. So the first card is the 7 of Wands. we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands. Okay, interesting. So I feel it's really relationship oriented. So I'm feeling like this is basically, you're going to see clearly that the value of someone in your life, and you're going to change your way around them. And that could be reversed also. Somebody can see the effect that you have on them. They can see your value, and it's not that they didn't see it before, and it's not that you currently don't see it. It's because we have the Seven of Wands, which is the defense mechanisms. It's really just hidden between a pile of what you have to unlearn from previous experiences. So in this month, it could be at work, it could be in a romantic partnership, could be family, could be neighbors, could be about every kind of relationship that you can think of, for sure. But we have reflection, and then we have this purification. It's almost like you or them are going to have this, that's who they are really, and see you clearly, or seeing them clearly, and adjust to it. So very positive.
I love that. And I can see that there's a lot of people watching now. So please hit the like button if you are enjoying this content. Sophie and I are putting a lot of love, time, and energy into this. So we hope you are enjoying your predictions. Thank you, Sophie. That was very powerful. And then we're going to be talking about our next sign, Sagittarius. Very exciting sign. Let's dive into it. So first of all, and I forgot to say Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising, of course. So first of all, we have a new moon in Cancer on July 5th that will activate your 8th house of transformation. So I feel like for Sagittarius, it's going to open up a new healing phase that will begin. That likely has to do with repressed emotions, not feeling materially safe, mother wounds, birth traumas. So likely something has to heal around the theme of feeling not secure enough, materially speaking, because we've had 3 lunations in your financial access of material and emotional security. But also this one highlights the relationship to the mother, and maybe you are a mother yourself and you have to heal your relationship to your role as a mother, maybe your, let's say, some wounds regarding your mother. So there's something along those lines that will open up some form of healing. That will be a soft type of healing. Also because we have Venus there, so that's the good news here. And Venus also represents women, so it might also be your relationship to women, to your womanhood, to sorority in general. So there's something along those lines that needs your attention and your focus that will transform in a really beautiful way. Also, some Sagittarius, and it's not going to be for everybody, but I'm just going to mention it there, could be pregnant or give birth, because both Cancer and the 8th house deals with that theme. Also, you could be healing your relationship to your mother, your role as a mother. I didn't mention that. And on the more professional side of things, there could be a new project that could be paying off, especially if it's in partnership or collaboration. And that could be happening to you, or if you have a life partner, it could also be happening in the life of your partner, because the 8th house is your partner's resources as well. So I would really encourage all these Sagittarius out there to be working on feeling materially and emotionally secure, even though maybe you are going through a phase of transformation. It's normal, but really work on that regarding your this new moon in Cancer. What are your beliefs around material security and emotional security? And then on July 21st, there's going to be a full moon in Capricorn in your 2nd house, the second full moon in Capricorn in your 2nd house in a row. So you can see that there's a lot of emphasis there in your 2nd house of finances, of material security. And I feel like for most Sagittarius, it manifests as the end of a tough and testing financial phase that is coming to an end, because we have Pluto leaving finally almost, because at the end of the year, it's going to retrograde one more time into your second house. But nonetheless, this full moon highlights the end of a huge financial transformation. Your relationship to your resources has changed during this transit of Pluto in your second house. And this full moon highlights that. Some Sagittarius could be making an important investment, or they could be moving, because it highlights also this Pluto in your third house of moving, in your third house of changing things around. Also, I see a lot of healing in your personal life, because this full moon will make a positive aspect to that Neptune in your fourth house. So lots of healing energy there in your life, in your personal life, in your home. Also, you have the opportunity to have your finances under more control. And that could usher a very, very positive change in your work now that you feel more stable, because it's kind of trying that Uranus, and Uranus likes change in your routine, in your work. So now that you've, let's say, lifted a big burden off your shoulder in the material realm of things, maybe it's going to inspire you to make some more changes in your routine, in your work. So this is what I have for Sagittarius. Can we please look at the cards to see what the cards have to say?
Okay. It's interesting because we have a life force energy and playfulness. I think this month is really, really liking this card of playfulness. This is really fine by me, because this playfulness is all about this energy of the summer celebration and everything. For you, Sagittarius, it means also that you want to celebrate because of this life force card right there. You also want to celebrate how unique you are and what is your differences between you and the rest of the world. So you want to make sure that you are honoring your value, the way you are thinking, your own belief and everything, your spirituality. You're honoring everyday little things. So make sure that you are expressing how you are different and not fitting in the matrix if this is not you. Let's see with the rest of the cards. Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and Seven of Pentacles being reversed. I'm normally not use them reversed, but this one makes a lot of sense reverse. So we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Emperor right in the middle, and we have this card that is reversed. I'm just going to show you to you upright first. So you can see the roots right there. And I was saying that in this month, we want for you to really not have this big emphasis on fitting in and doing the things the exact same way as it was done previously. That has a lot of roots in just staying there, stillness. And this is not for this month for you guys. We want to make sure that we have the most of this month and we are confident whatever we are doing and creating and starting. We want to be also, yes, starting new project, new ways of life, but we want to make sure that we are bringing in just our own personality and authenticity in all of this.
Wow, I love that. Authenticity seems to be the big word for Sagittarius this month. Love that. Let's now take a look at our next sign, Capricorn. So this is going to be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. First, let's look at the new moon in Cancer in your 7th house on July 5th. So a very important time in new moon for all Capricorns, because we had one full moon in your sign on June 21st. Then we have a new moon in your opposing sign on July 5th. And then we have another full moon in your sign on July 21st. So you can see that there are 3 lunations that is going to, let's say, unfold a very important transformational process for Capricorns. I can see there with this new moon in Cancer a new window of opportunity for partnerships in general. So partnerships and relationships. It's kind of a window in allowing you to build a strong foundation with a partner. So either a romantic partner, a life partner, a work partner, a friend, a family member. So it's allowing you to really construct a really strong foundation for that new relationship or that new relationship phase. Also, there could be a new project with a collaborator for Capricorns. It's also happening at a Taurus degree, which reminds us of work and also receiving money. And then also there's Venus there. So there could be potential financial gains coming out of this new work project or partnership. Also, the North Node is in your 4th house, and this new moon is activating both of the nodes. So there could also be very karmic events, important events happening near this new moon in your life, and likely important actions and decision around this new moon regarding your personal life and your emotional foundation. So what brings you joy? What makes you feel secure? What makes you feel like you are part of a family, either in your life, in your work. So that these are going to be very important themes for Capricorn. And then finding some more emotional fulfillment is going to be your number one priority, believe it or not, Capricorns, because the North Node is in your 4th house. This new moon highlights also this Cancerian type of energy. And because it's going to make a good aspect to that Mars in your 5th house, I can see that a lot of Capricorns will pursue having fun, feeling this joy, being creative, creating new things. So you're going to look for more of that energy in your life. And then on July 21st, it's going to be a very important time again for Capricorn, even more so because it's going to be the 2nd full moon in your sign in a row. So activating your 1st house and activating that Pluto, who is leaving your sign finally. So probably the most important full moon in a long time for Capricorns. It will indicate likely the end of an important personal chapter that can bring a sense of personal liberation. And we do know that a lot of Capricorns have been, let's say, under a lot of stress, under a lot of testing times in the past months and years. So finally, Pluto will make a last dip into your sign from September to November of this year. But this last full moon in your sign will activate this ending of a tough time, this ending of a trial, and you will really feel that liberation of that Pluto leaving your sign. Also, I can see like for a lot of Capricorns, it calls for the end of a certain identity. So the end of a certain facet of yourself that you've put forward. And then you're allowing yourself to feel more free and liberated in the way that you, let's say, you present yourself with different facets maybe. Saturn is right here, your ruler in your 3rd house, and it starts the square to Jupiter. So you're going to feel that very much, Capricorns. This full moon is going to start this square between those 2 planets. So you will feel like kind of growing pains of new learning experiences with that 3rd house. And expansion also in your day-to-day process, in your work also. That can also happen with that Jupiter in your 6th house. And then we can see the end of a creation process, bringing unusual and unpredictable results because of that trine to Uranus in your 5th house. And also, it will mark the end of an important phase in your life with Pluto moving out of your sign this year for good. So you will be seeing the results of your hard work paying off, Capricorns. So let's see what the cards have to say, Sophie, for Capricorns for the month of July.
Perfect. Higher consciousness and freedom. I was expecting to see playfulness with this one, but no.
No.
Let's see what the tarot cards has to add to it. We have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Chariot, which is a major arcana, and then we have Ace of Wands. Okay, this is interesting because you can be called to maybe also review how you are doing your work and what you are doing as a career. So this month we may have some new beginning in what is your higher consciousness, what you want to attract as a goal in life. So I'm trying to say with all of this that if you're trying to have your own personal practice, if you're trying to go with something that is light worker, or even if it's not related to spirituality, but on your own, this is a month where you're going to either start or really put in the effort to research about this. We have a lot about the career. And since we have 2 full moons in your own sign, we can be starting to see for a lot of you that you're questioning, am I at the right place? Am I doing the right thing with my energy? Do I want to do more? There is a lot of change. We also see movement in your body with all of those. So we can talk about a new workout. We can talk about a new way of eating. We can talk about just movement coming from a place of going outside more or hiking or whatever is the case for you. And it comes from a place of a lifting of your vibration and just going higher and higher in vibration. And you're not aligned with the life that you are maybe still currently in for some of you, and you're aiming for higher. It's going to be tougher to stay in a place that is not meant for you because we have this Knight of Pentacle in the past position. It means that you have been patient enough.
I know a lot of Capricorns who are going to love this reading. Thank you so much, Sophie, for that. Now let's step into our next sign, Aquarius. So yes, Aquarius, I love that. First, Aquarius, we're going to talk about the new moon in Cancer in your 6th house on July 5th. So activating the realm of work, of health. So I see for a lot of Aquarians, it's going to manifest as a new work chapter for most of you. So there could also be a new work or new projects that brings you some more emotional fulfillment, especially with that Venus there, and some collaboration with that Venus in work, some new colleagues that you're going to share a lot of, let's say, inspiration with. So pay a special attention to your health. It's a really good time to start a healthy routine, especially healthier diet, liquid diet, Cancer, incorporating more smoothies. Wink, wink. Join our smoothie challenge we just started today if you're interested. It's on the community. You're going to see the links on the bottom of this video. But nonetheless, I think incorporating more of a, let's say, liquid diet full of nutrients is going to be very good for Aquarians. Especially because you might be very busy throughout this month, and especially near this new moon in Cancer. I feel like you might be learning something new or stepping into a whole new experience because it's going to square the nodes. So the nodes will be activated in your chart, and the nodes are like really important destined events. And the North Node is in your 3rd house of having to learn new things, to experiment new things. So you're putting yourself in some form of like student shoes all over again to learn maybe a new work skill, maybe to go through a totally new, let's say, experience in life. And I think you're going to be building a new foundation for the future, Aquarians, with that. And then let's talk about the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st, which is going to highlight your 12th house. So this is the 2nd full moon in Capricorn in a row that we're having, very unusual. And it's going to conjunct Pluto that just entered your sign. So very important full moon for Aquarians, very karmic and very spiritual as well. So I feel like a lot of Aquarians will feel like a karmic chapter, a karmic difficult chapter is ending. And it's going to bring some sense of liberation because it's going to highlight this Pluto in your sign in Aquarius. You're going to have to let the past go, letting past experiences behind, and also let a past identity of yours behind, because the AC is going to be how you present yourself to the world. And that could also be a past work identity behind, because you've had 2 full moon in Capricorn in your 12th house. So letting go of, let's say you said you were I don't know, a dancer in the past, and now you're becoming an entrepreneur. Well, you're letting go of that either past identity, stepping into a new one. So you're getting ready to explore a whole new version of yourself. It is kind of a personal rebirth, which I love for Aquarians because of that Pluto energy, and it's going to be a super powerful one. So let's look into the cards for the month of July for Aquarians.
Whoa, this is really this is the equivalent of your own sign, Aquarians, because this is 2 keywords of your own sign. It's truth and freedom. It is very much aligned with your own energy, so it's fun to see it in the month of July. Let's see with the tarot card as well. So of course we can think about world event with those 2 cards. I'm not reading for it, but you may see some news coming up with those 2 cards being in your sign. So what we have there is the end of a struggle for sure. We have the 5 of Wands in the past position. We have the moon, and we have 6 of Swords. You're going to feel like it has been hard to speak up. It has been hard to learn to use your voice and learn to be yourself. It has been hard, but as you can see, this guy has a lot of rewards on him of his past experiences, and it brings to the freedom. So this is a month where if you still need to add on some final touches to those lessons, fine, do it, but really don't push it further away in time, because we are really seeing this releasing of this lesson. And the worst that can happen, which I don't see it here at all, but the worst that can happen is if you resist doing the work, you're going to go in that circle again. We don't want that. So we really want that freedom, that truth, that letting go in this moving to calmer water card. We really want to manifest this. So you want to speak up your truth. You want to be in your authenticity. You want to use your words a lot during July. And it's not in conflict. We don't want to create conflict. We want to create authenticity. We want to be understanding of others and make sure they understand us.
Wow, very powerful reading indeed. Thank you, Sophie, for that. So that was for the Aquarians. So now let's talk about Pisces. So for Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. So first, let's look at the new moon in Cancer on July 5th, which is going to activate your 5th house of joy, fun, romance, children, creation. So for Pisces, it's going to feel like a very creative portal is opening up with this new moon. And that could generate future income because it's going to square the nodes, and the north node right now is in your house of finances. So the nodal axis right now stands in your financial axis, and the north node the universe wants you to keep moving in the direction of being more independent financially speaking, to have your own resources. So this new moon is kind of a portal of opportunity for you to create something that's going to allow you to become even more financially independent. So you're going to feel very inspired, very creative. So you can really tune into that inspiration that you guys naturally have. You're dreaming naturally, usually. And also it's going to be a good time to rest, recharge, take vacation, spend time with the people you love, because this is when you're going to feel the most inspired. You're going to have those new ideas, those new creation are going to pop into your head while you're feeling the most joy, the most love, the most connected to your inner child. So really make sure you do connect with your inner child. You dance, you sing, you play, you are in the joy, in the love frequency. That will recharge your whole body, because Cancer is the sign associated with your home, but also with your home here, your body. So then on July 21st, we're going to have the second full moon in a row in Capricorn, and that's going to activate even more your 11th house, and very close to that Pluto that just entered your 12th house. So for Pisces, I feel like you're going to see the results of the work you've put in, especially that's connected to the social realm. So social media, network, communities. So it's calling for like seeing the results of all that work of being more social, making connections. You're going to see the results of that. Also, there could be the end of some certain friendships or social circles, so an association, events. So that can also be, let's say, the more negative side of this full moon. So you can see some, let's say, associations that do not align with your frequency anymore fall out. But nonetheless, it's going to feel like a liberation from a certain identity, and it's going to allow you to step even more into the spiritual side of yourself, because also it's connected to that Pluto that just stepped into your 12th house that's ruled traditionally by Pisces. So Pluto is kind of this big regenerative energy, especially spiritually speaking. And that full moon is connected to it. So it really makes sure that you are indeed aligning everything in the material realm to step into this new spiritual identity. You could be getting some really important insights about the big goals you need to pursue in your 3D world, in your life mission. Anything you want to manifest for the future might change around this full moon, but it's making a really powerful sextile to that Neptune in your sign. And at 29 degree, Neptune and the full moon are at 29 degree, which is a degree of prophecy. So a lot of Pisces could really naturally tune in this prophecy energy and really see things coming. So you're going to be able to align all your actions with those big goals and those big projects that you want to manifest. I see a lot of personal empowerment through spirituality, connecting with your higher self, with meditation and spiritual practices. And I see also like a lot of core positive changes, because it's going to make this powerful aspect to that Uranus that is almost in your IC. So a lot of core positive changes to your identity, Pisces. So can we look at the cards for the Pisces for the month of July? Let's look. Okay, we have abundance, we have vast vista, and the last card that fell also from the deck was the card of truth that we also had for Aquarius. So with those three cards, it's really interesting that we have this truth coming up again in that vast vista and abundance. What I'm saying about this is that it's your own personal power that you're going to really be able to tap into from the root of it. And because we have this card of the big picture and everything, it reminds me of the ancestor as well. It's and the abundance, doubling and expanding everything. It's going to feel like everything comes naturally to you. So we feel like this is an energy that is just going to come from within, but it's going to be activated by way bigger forces. And this really big strength, this really big gift and power that is going to be activated between you and the universe is going to be your channel that is going to be even more stronger. So let's look into the cards. Did you wanted to say something? No, go ahead.
We have the Page of Swords. So this communication going from your third eye, your crown chakra, to the universe. The King of a Cup, and we have the Knight of Sword. This Knight of Sword is coming just under this card, and it's very, very similar. So again, with this blue, this sword in this card of the truth, this month of July, for some of you guys, will be really talking about, again, the throat chakra, but it starts with this activation for you guys with this channel, but it will be hard on the throat chakra because it's not because you get the messages that you trust in them and you have this strength to express them. And you're going to be called to express them to the risk of your ego, to the risk of being in the wrong. So this is where we really need to trust in us and to really, really be working on clearing our channel, because you are going to be called to say things that you're going to have to trust, and this is going to be the first step into the bigger chapter of your power.
Wow, very powerful reading. Thank you so much, Sophie, for that. And as you can see, guys, it is a very long live that we're doing every month. We put a lot of time, energy, and love into it, and preparation as well. So please, if you enjoyed this content, please also don't forget to give us a like. It really helps us into growing our channel. Yes, thank you, DG1313. Ladies, your channel will grow, but it will happen because of your support. So thank you so much, guys, for giving us a like, subscribing to the channel either on YouTube, on Rumble, and to sharing this video if you enjoyed it. So thank you so much, Sophie. And I want to remind everybody that these are general predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. And of course, if you'd like to get more of a personal reading and asking all of your questions to this tarot expert over here. No, this is not the deck I wanted to share. I had to change deck. Here, you can book, of course, with the beautiful Sophie, either for a tarot personal reading, a 1 hour, or a past lives reading if you'd like to, let's say, work on some stuff with the help of a tarot and her psychic spidey senses. So if you do want to book with Sophie, it's available right now on MaisonJupiter.com. And also don't forget to use Jupiter as your discount code to get 10% off your next reading. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us. Thank you, Patricia. We are putting a lot of love and energy into this monthly episode, so hopefully you enjoy it. Thank you so much, guys. And without further ado, I will be making a smoothie. So if you'd like to join us in the smoothie challenge, don't forget to join into the Maison Jupiter community. I will putting the links down below. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Sophie, for your beautiful wisdom. I really enjoyed doing this with you, and have a beautiful month of July, full of sun, full of love, and full of light. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.